Hi everyone, Major here, welcome back to Steel Division. So I'm just going to build my battle group for the Festung GroB-Paris and we'll start with the Recon. So here's another new unit, the old BMW with the sidecar. Um, yep, it's got the MG42 on it, sorry MG34, 7HE, 600 meter range, that's great, but not really convinced it's going to last. So we go with the Aquilera, we'll start with those, we'll have one of those. The SPW 204 doesn't have great armor, but in the early stages when it's predominantly half tracks, maybe a light tank and infantry moving forward, with a HE of 8 and a AP of 5, they will come in handy. So I will get one of those. The Puma, I love the Puma. An L60 50mm gun, good speed, and for its size, not bad protection, especially when it's in phase A. That's all I'll get for Recon. Infantry, we've got some interesting units here. The Grenführer, yep, got to have those. Command and control. And then we've got a new unit. Now let's see if I can pronounce this right. Legendstation. But you get 11. You get 11 in the squad, which is great. One with an MP44, the rest with Carabineers 98s, with a HE of 3. So we'll get one of those. Then we've got the Gendarme. Very cool uniforms on these dudes. Very, very cool indeed. And one of the great thing about them is they've got a bit of AT capability, even if it's down to 100 meters, but they've got the 4 MP40s with a HE of 12. Now they are going to last a heck of a lot longer when they get into battle. And another new unit, this time with 15 in the squad. Now that's some serious firepower. Bearlongs. So you look up there, they've got the Beretta HE3, they got the 13 Mosins with a HE of 4, and then they got the FM 2429 with a HE of 2. Once again, with some AT capability, albeit at short range at 100 meters. So we'll get one of those. Then we've got some Marine infantry, Marine, and wouldn't they stick out lovely in the bocage of Normandy wearing those white trousers? Now, a squad of 5, yep, okay, you've got the machine gun with a HE of 4 at 400 meters. It's only a light machine gun. But then you've got the 3 rifles and the shotgun. Really not going to cut the mustard. So I think I'll pass on those. Then we've got my beloved Jaeger with some anti-tank capability with the Panzer Force out to 150 meters. Then we've got the MG15 out to 400 meters with a HE of 4. Then we've got the rifles, HE of 2, and the MP40 with some close-in higher HE of 3. So I will get some more Jaegers. Then we scroll down a bit further and look at this for a command unit. 12. Unbelievable. So we've got the 2 with the shotguns, 8 with the rifles, 2 with the MG34s, and we've got the smoke grenade of the command unit. So we will definitely get those in phase B as well. Um, then the ROAs. ROAs are another new unit, and they're the defectors from Russia who want to topple the communist regime. And once again, some good firepower here. You've got the 3 PP-14s, 41, sorry, HE factor of 12, unbelievable. The 7 Mosins, HE of 2, then you've got the DP machine gun, HE of 2, but they've also got anti-tank capability out to 150 meters. So I think I'll get a couple of those. Then we've got in phase C, another Grenführer, and then we've got the Landschnuten. Now, are they a repeat from up? No, yes they are. So we've already got some of those. But once again, not a bad unit. Alright, not a lot of HE factor, but the fact that they're larger than normal squad is handy. Now, when we get into phase C, we lose, we don't have the anti-tank capability, but we do have two MG42s with the MP40, so some good HE factors, HE numbers there, and some good ranges as well. MG42 just by itself, crew of 2, sorry, crew of 4, out to 800 metres, HE of 9, and then we've got some more Panzer Grenadiers which are riding in half tracks, and I'll get those because they've got the anti-tank capability, a lot more useful. That leaves me with one. I'll leave it at there. We'll go to the tanks. So we've got the Panzer 35, decent armour for phase A, but not great armour piercing numbers, only 4. So if you look at the Panzer 39, better armour piercing, same sort of armour. So in phase A, we'll get some of them. Phase A, we've also got the Panzer 40, slightly better armour, slightly better, uh, same AP of 5 as what we previous got, so we might dump those, get the Panzer 40s, get slightly better armour. We then into, no actually I'll go back, I'll get those as well. Phase B, we're a buff Panzer, command tank, AP of 7, armour of 6, once again slightly better, that will come in handy. And then we get into the Panzer Mark 4s, Stug Bs, lay down Misere. So we've got 4 spots left, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. So phase C, we need a Command Panther, and I can't not get a couple of Tiger tanks, and I'm going to go for the single veterancy, so I get 2 of them. Then we've got in phase C, double veterancy or elite Panther Ds, which are only 1 of, or we can wait and get the Panther G. Now the Panther G, it's got the improved armour, still with the 17 AP factor. You go for the Panther D, it's only got the 13 armour. So if you're coming up against the Desert Rats with the Achilles or the Fireflies or even the 17 pounders, that extra 1 armour will come in handy. So we'll fill them up with Panther Gs, and that will do our tanks. For support, we've got the BMW motorcycle again. Funny enough, the guy in the sidecar is hanging on to nothing. There's nothing there. So you don't even get the machine gun. So I don't know what support they're able to give. We will get the flamethrowers, and we'll get some munition trucks in phase B, and we'll get 2 lots actually. So that'll do us for there. Anti-tank, definitely got to get the Panzerschreck. Close in fighting, if it's wooded areas, protecting intersections or in urban environments, very, very handy. The Pak 36, now this is interesting. The actual projectile is only AP factor of 5. But then you've got the steel grenade, AP factor of 20, down to 300 meters. Once again, if it's a close environment, that will come in handy, as will the Pak 38s out to 1,000 meters with AP of 10. Now the Panzerjäger, high silhouette, pretty ordinary armour. We're going to have it in phase A going into phase B, and if it's designated dedicated anti-tank, you want to have slightly better armour than that. So then I'm going to skip those, go for the Pak 40 and another new unit. So for an anti-tank unit, it has got 6 members in it. Now they are going to last a lot longer than your standard Panzerschreck unit, which only has the 2. So the Vitongs, I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to save up to see how we go towards the end. So anti-aircraft, you got the Flak 39. Look at that range, 1,000 meters, 157 rounds a minute with a HE factor of 8. So they're a Monty. Now the 10-4, handy because it's mobile and get around the battlefield a bit quicker. Slow, 315 rounds a minute, but it's slightly lower caliber, it's 20 mil, and the range is shorter. But we will get those because they're mobile. Let's go to artillery. 50 mil mortar, as much as I love mortars, The 50mm mortar, given its range of 700 metres, does make it limited because quite often, if it's going to be used to protect troops that have been attacked in an urban environment, it's actually got to be within range of any potential counter battery fire. So we'll skip that. Another new one here is the BEOUE 630, which is a dedicated uh, off-map spotter for smoke only. So it's great to have those luxuries, but in this we don't have those luxuries. So I'm going to go in phase A for the LEF H16s with a range of 1900 metres and a HE value of 15. Very, very handy. We get two of those. Then in phase B, we can either get another four of the same piece, or we can get an elite Hummel. Now the thing of the Hummel is a HE of 27 and a great range of 2800. But for ferocity of fire and amount of putting shells down range, I'm going to go for the four LEF H16s. So we've got 10 activation points left. So we'll get the Stork. Now the D520 was a captured French fighter, had four machine guns, very, very agile, but doesn't take a lot of hits. So I was going to get that in phase A, but I think I'll wait until phase B where I can get two of them. Then also in phase B, we'll get the Junker 88s with the 28 50 kilo bombs. They will be handy, get a couple of those. Actually, no, we'll just load up with those. All right, so we've got 5 activation points left. Let's go back to infantry. We've still got one spot clear in the infantry. So in phase A, can we get any more? That's out of the Landschnuschen or the Bois. 3 and 3, 3, 4 and 2. Bois, I think it got it because it got the anti-tank capability. We'll get another one of those. Tanks with chockers. Support. Let's get the Flame Panzer, which is a converted French tank, but it can shoot out the flames out to 260 meters, which is not bad. That's further range to damaged armored vehicles, light and infantry, as compared if you were to put it up against a Panzer Force, which has a range of 150. Anti-tanks, this is probably where we'll top up. So to put a few more vehicles on the park, I think we'll get the Elite Jagdpanzer, and we'll get a couple of Panzerjägers, and we might go another couple of Pack 40s. So there we go, 44 activation points, quite a powerful unit, and I think this unit I might put up against the Desert Rats in a battle coming up shortly. Now I hope this was informative. I hope it gave you a few ideas, a few different variances you can use. There is no right way. It's the way you want to fight the battle. But you do have to have a combined arms concept, infantry supported by vehicles, supported by artillery, supported by air, in order to have a mixed arms concept where one arm of the forces is helping the other. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is the Major out. Bye bye.